All right, welcome. Today, we're digging into something we literally all do, writing. But more than that, we're going to figure out how to pick the perfect type of document for any job. And we're pulling some great ideas right from the Edexcel International ICT textbook to do it. So let's just dive right in.
So, have you ever actually stopped to think about this? I mean, really think about it. You see a concert poster, and it's all about splashy colors and huge letters. Then you see a formal letter, and it's super rigid, right? You've got addresses, a yours sincerely. Why on earth are they so different?
Well, the answer is actually pretty simple, but it's also really powerful. They're just different tools for different jobs. I mean, you wouldn't use a hammer to saw a piece of wood, right? And you're probably not going to use a poster to apply for a job. Every document you create is a specific tool inside your communication toolkit. Now, to make this crystal clear, let's actually build out that toolkit together. We're going to pretend we're organizing a surfing competition. We'll call it Surf 18. And from the very first announcement all the way to the final report, we're going to see what kind of documents we need to pull this whole thing off. Okay, so for our Surf 18 event, our very first challenge is a big one. We've got to let people know it's even happening. We need to capture the attention of pretty much anyone and everyone. You know, whether they're walking down the street or just glancing at a notice board, we need something with serious, immediate impact. And the tool for that job? You guessed it, it's the poster. A poster's whole reason for existing is to grab your eyeballs as you're moving. It's not meant to be read like a book. It's basically a visual shout that says, hey, look over here. A really good poster has to have super high visual impact and very little text, because let's be real, people are just glancing at it. Pro designers will often use principles like the rule of thirds, which is just a fancy way of saying they put the most important stuff a little off-center. It creates a dynamic focal point that your eyes just snap to instantly. Okay, success. Our awesome poster for Surf 18 works. People are interested. They're curious. But a poster can't tell them the whole story. So now we need a different tool, one that gives them more information, like the schedule, the exact location, how to sign up, all in a format they can just grab and take with them. So for this, we've got a couple of great options, the leaflet and the information sheet. The biggest difference between them is the structure. A leaflet is designed with columns, so you can fold it up into a neat little package. An information sheet is simpler, usually just one page that's packed with details. For our Surf 18 event, a foldable leaflet would be absolutely perfect for people to just snatch up and go. So the buzz around Surf 18 is building, which is amazing, but now we have a totally different communication job to do. We need to get some official sponsors on board, for funding. And we can't just send them a cool poster. This needs a formal, professional, and very structured approach. The tool for this job is the good old-fashioned letter. It's the classic choice for formal communication for a reason. It follows a set of rules or conventions. There's a standard way to lay out everything, from the addresses to the date, and that structure immediately signals professionalism and respect. And believe me, these conventions really do matter. The way you open the letter decides how you close it. So, a formal Dear Mr. Bell has to be paired with yours sincerely. If you mess that up, you can instantly look unprofessional, and that's the last thing we want when asking for sponsorship. It's a tiny detail, but it shows you know the rules of the game. So, while those very formal letters are out making their way to potential sponsors, the internal planning for Surf 18 is going a mile a minute. We need a way to shoot quick updates to our own team about tasks and changes. A formal letter is just way too slow and stuffy for that. And that is where the memo comes in. The name itself is short for memorandum, which pretty much just means a brief note. Its entire purpose is to be fast and clear for an internal audience. It's built to get info to the right people inside the organization. No fuss, no frills. And the contrast here couldn't be clearer. A letter is outward-facing for an external audience, so it needs all that formal structure. A memo is inward-facing, just for the team, so it's all about speed and clarity. It totally drops the formal addresses and gets right down to business with to, from, date, and subject. They're completely different tools because their audience and purpose are worlds apart. So all that planning paid off. Our Surf 18 competition was a massive, massive hit. The sponsors are thrilled, the surfers were incredible, the crowd had a great time. But our job's not over yet. Now we have to communicate again. But this time, it's all about sharing the highlights and saying a big thank you to our community, our club members, and all our volunteers. The absolute perfect tool for this is the newsletter. It's designed specifically for this kind of thing. sharing news and updates with a group of people who are already invested, like the members of our surfing club. It's not as formal as a report, but it's got way more substance than a quick memo. The real power of a newsletter is that it can mix text and pictures in a really engaging way. That multi-column layout gives it kind of a magazine feel, which is perfect for showing off awesome photos of the winners right next to articles and updates. It's the ideal tool for keeping that community spirit alive long after the event is over. All right, we are on the home stretch. The newsletter is out, the community is happy. But there is one final and very important document we have to create. We need an official, formal record of the entire Surf 18 event for our own files, for our sponsors, and for planning next year's competition. And that document is the report. Think of a report as the ultimate tool for presenting a ton of detailed information in a super formal, structured way. Its whole job is to clearly communicate everything there is to know about a specific topic. In our case, the Surf 18 competition. What makes a report so powerful is its structure. It's broken down into these really clear sections, like health and safety, or funding, or attendance, and each one gets its own heading. This makes a ton of complex information way easier to navigate and understand. For a big event like ours, it would definitely have a table of contents to help guide the reader through it all. And there you have it. Our Surf 18 communication toolkit is officially complete. We started with a poster to get attention, used leaflets for the details, sent formal letters to sponsors, kept the team in the loop with memos, celebrated with a newsletter, and created the official record with a report. Every single tool was essential. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that choosing the right document is all about strategy. You have to think about your audience, your purpose, and the context. Who are you talking to? What are you trying to achieve? And where is this conversation happening? Get those three things straight, and you will always pick the perfect tool for the job. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. Every single time you write something, whether it's a quick email or a huge proposal, your words have a job to do. So the next time you sit down to write, just ask yourself this: have I given them the right tool to actually get that job done?